Hey, welcome listeners, welcome followers, welcome everybody to the Shuffle Presents. Right away, am I going to stick with that? The Shuffle Presents?
I don't know. I'll come up with something better than that.
So today, have you guys noticed that we're trying to do this little series where we promote the raza, we promote, local artists, we promote entrepreneurs, we promote just anybody that's coming up that's got something to offer to the community.
Not about anybody. Hold on.
Well, not anybody, but
Hey, select few.
Select few. Okay.
Special
Select few. So, just to start off, I guess you guys know this is Ramon,
Steves,
Fernando,
and today we have with us
Jose Torres.
Jose Torres, tell us, what's the name of your business and what do you do?
Well, the name of my business, of course, I got to stick with the Chicano concept. Aztlan Herbal Remedies. I stick to that because, of course, Chicanismo. Mm-hmm. We focus on medicinal herbs and trying to heal and wake up the nation of, what's going on with all this COVID and as far as people not being healthy enough and stuff like that, and people that are trying to better themselves through medicinal herbs. We're the company for that.
I think one of the I'm sure that you just opened up a spot, right, in the right here in La Mirada, the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet, right?
Yes. We've been there for about 2 months. Actually, I was just there last night. I got a lot of raza, waking up and starting to come over and pay us a visit. They're actually asking questions, so that's always a positive thing. Yeah. What I noticed there is that you got the raza that's going around, walking around, and, they come in and they look a little timid. They don't know what to look at. Mm-hmm. They don't even know what to ask half the time. So we have to, educate them, let them know what they're looking at, what different herbs are good for this and what, herbs are good for that. And then we have the person that, follows us through Instagram, that they see our postings and they show up and they already know what they want. They already know what they're looking at, and they're already schooled and educated because they've been maybe doing the homework behind the scenes before they get to us. So it's a little easier talking to those people, obviously. Mm-hmm. But by all means, anybody that walks into our shop, we love to educate them, school them. And most of the time, they respond well. Some people look a little confused, but most of the raza is jumping on board. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. What's one of the misconceptions with herbal remedies or natural products?
I think the number one would be that people think they're going to take a pill and then magically it's going to just take their problems away. It doesn't work that way. Herbal remedies are meant to work alongside with a good diet, a good lifestyle, a balanced body, spiritual mind as well. And I think that those type of things is what people might not understand, that, herbs take the time. It takes time to, better your health. Herbs are not going to just be a magic pill. That's what I try to tell people. That's the misconception, that people think they're going to, take a 90-day capsules, 90 quantity capsule and their problems go away. It has a lot to do with diet.
I think that has a lot to do también, bro, with the whole medical structure, as far as like the hospitals and all that medical.
Absolutely.
Because they like to promote take this and that's gonna happen. And so I mean, as Americans, we're lazy, bro. We want something that's right away. We don't want to fucking give it a few months to properly go through our system, and then if it doesn't work, if I don't feel a difference in 1 or 2 days, people don't get interested because they want like that fast, like that fast result. And it's just the society that we're in, bro. It's a very fast pace, very now.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people are used to taking a Tylenol or pain medication and it works within that hour or two. So people are used to, maybe getting that into their system. But those things are just covering up symptoms, to be honest with you. If you're having pain for some reason or another, you have to get to the root of the problem. Yeah. And the herbs will always get to the root of the problem. Any type of chemical any type of chemical medication is either going to have some type of issue with a secondary issue or a liver issue, or you take this y te afecta acá, those type of things. But the herbs are never going to steer you wrong. There are some herbs that are very, very, very strong, and you can take minimum quantities of it. But the majority of herbs that are for healing, medicinal herbs, you can take the amounts, and they're not going to hurt your body. But it does take time for the body to assimilate those herbs. Mm. Suck out the minerals and whatnot.
The other day on your page, on the Instagram page, I saw that you put up a post, and when I saw it, I'm like, son of a bitch. And I thought of Esteban right away, because this is something that he always says maybe not in these words, but it's the type of like the Esteban refranes, you know.
Okay.
But the one that I saw, and I had to pull it up. It says, "If you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness."
Absolutely.
Read that again.
Absolutely.
You know? Like,
that is 100%
awesome,
true.
bro.
yeah, and when I read that, I'm like, "Fuck!" And I thought of Esteban right away because Esteban's a big what would you say? He's big in natural remedies and looking for wellness in people, and he's a big advocate and taking care of the body.
Absolutely.
Right? And for the longest, he was telling me like, "Hey, Ramon, you gotta lose weight," or like, "Hey, Ramon, you gotta," and I'm like, la chingada, like, I'll let future Ramon deal with that, you know?
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like, salí regañado del doctor, and like, some serious shit could, happen.
Yeah.
So I took some measures and I did it, but it wasn't until after like, that
A rude awakening?
yeah, there was a rude awakening. When I read this, I'm like, fuck, that resonated. It's like como que pinche echo, like me salió like, oh fuck. And first person that came to mind, well, many people came to mind, but Esteban was one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying first person because we're right here in the shuffle, but my mom came to mind, my girl came to mind, just people, even coworkers. Because even when I remember when, because you and I worked together at one point.
Yes.
And when we met, I remember you were like, I remember just you talking about the way you eat, just for lunch. When like, hey, let's go meet up for lunch. Like, nah, Charles, I got my own lunch,
Yeah.
But you guys could eat it and everything. And I remember in the conversations, like, yeah, I make my own food. And like, I don't eat processed meats. I don't eat this. And I was like, qué pinchate. Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
dude, pinche los taquitos de asada son los mejores. Y que la
Pues sí,
chingada.
güey.
But then, after a while, just getting to know you and how you were, I'm like, oh shit, you reminded me a lot of Esteban.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned that one
Yeah.
time. Hey, you got to meet Esteban.
Yeah,
I
you
think
gotta
you
meet my
guys will get along
compa.
really good.
You
Yeah,
guys will
gotta-
fucking click.
Yeah,
He's
you
always
told
trying
me
to
that.
matchmake with.
I know.
Hey, ya te encontré otro, güey.
No, pues, hey, I mean, those are true words, and that message isn't for everybody. Some people they ain't ready to hear that. But if it's making sense to you, it's because it's for you.
Yeah.
And then I throw a little post out there as a reminder to people, say, hey, check yourself, not only that, be an example for your family. Us, I'm 45 years old. I have kids, they're already grown, and I also, believe it or not, I'm a grandfather. So I'm a young grandfather or the young father as well. So I think I matured pretty quickly, as growing up. But those type of things are messages for ourselves. You have to focus on yourself because you have to be the leader in your family. Who else is going to do it? Your jefita, your jefito, they're already past their time. You know what I mean? We have to really look out for them, especially the little ones. My mentality is this: if you're going to do something for your family, change the way you think of healing yourself and change the way you think of the food that you're putting into your body. Because by you making that change, then everybody else is going to follow. Mucha raza dice, no, es que mi mamá tiene diabetes, or my dad has diabetes, and my brother, my uncle, diabetes runs in my family, heart disease runs in my family, or whatever issue you might think that runs in your family. But in true is that what runs in the family is the food that follows, because your grandma taught your mom how to cook that food, and your mom taught you, your daughter, the daughter of you, how to cook that food. So those same ideas in the same food that we eat is what causing the issues. Because my dad passed away from diabetes. My mom's diabetic, but she has it under control. My brother Jesse, that I love very much, he's diabetic as well. I'm not diabetic. Why is that? We come from the same genes. Why? Because I don't eat the same foods that they eat. So I'm stopping the chain right there, and I don't want to push that to my daughter or to my kids and so forth and so on. Because once you stop the acid food and the food that you're not supposed to be eating, you stop the diseases following your family. Because it's the comida that follows the generation from generation, and you think it's the disease. I was pre-diabetic at one time, 28 years old. I was taking high blood pressure medication at that same age. I was also had really bad gut digestive issues. I couldn't even eat food because anything I would eat, I feel like I want to vomit. As soon as I eat, I get all bloated. So I had a really, really bad body at 28 years old. I think I've been that type of person that was always medio malón, medio weak, weak immune system and stuff like that. I started for me since I was 3 years old. I ended up in the hospital at 3 years old with this type of enfermedad that my mom says. You call it melihitis. Melihitis, yeah.
Yeah, you reached the temperature really high.
Yeah, absolutely. So I ended up getting like these bruises and, some kind of bacterial infection in my body. And I was like, I think in a coma for like weeks and weeks. And they were to the point where I told my mom he's either going to survive or he's going to die. And if he survives, he's going to be a vegetable or he's going to not be able to walk or not think straight. I mean, sí, me faltan unos pinches screw loose, here and there. I ain't going to lie, bro. Sí me afectó algo, güey. Pero as far as everything else, I mean, thank God I'm in one piece. I'm not missing any toes and stuff like that. But those type of things, that's what led me to do what I do now. I weaned off the meat. I would go to the doctor and check my blood pressure, and it's freaking high. No, yo también, the way me la pasaba pisteando, tomando, hanging out with my homies, staying up late, partying. At that age, at 28 years old, you're doing those type of things.
Yeah.
So not caring about your body, just a typical person,
Yeah.
And that's when I ended up waking up more to that. And then I would go to the doctor. They would check me out for literally 15 minutes, walk out, here's this pill, see you later. I'm like, this is not the answer. This cannot be the answer to all of this, man. So that's why I jumped on board. With my health, started focusing more on myself. By the time you met me, Ramon, working there.
You were.
I was already on one.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. I mean, you were. When you told me your age when you started, I'm like, I couldn't believe it because we're the same age.
Yeah, we're
the same age, and I'm like, holy shit, you look like 10 years younger than I do.
Yeah, bro, and I get that a lot. You know what I mean? Maybe my genes are good or whatever, maybe, but I think the meat, not eating the meats and the processed foods and the acid foods, I'm not saying I'm vegan. I don't put a title on myself. I like to live comfortable and happy. Sí me chingo mis chelas once in a while. También me chingo mi ceviche. But I do what I do, so I'm able to do those type of things.
So you just to when was the last time that you had meat, or do you once in a while?
I'll be honest with you. I had meat maybe about, and this was a barbecue that we had. I had my family help me make a whole bunch of herbs, and we all came together and we all collaborated to get my business off the ground and, build up our inventory so we're able to open up at Santa Fe Spring Swami. So I had a barbecue for them. I said, hey, thank you, family. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm going to have a barbecue. I invited a few friends that did help me. We had a good time. And I was making these carne asada tacos. I'm the taco guy in the family. I used to be.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, frying things up for them, on the planchan, making their food. I'm looking at this carne like, man, this thing looks pretty freaking good. I'm not even going to lie about that.
He's giving himself props.
I swear, bro. I was like, hasta el pinche pollo, he was calling my name,
Fuck.
This hand-picked slab. These are.
Y con una chela en la mano, güey.
Okay.
Y calorón.
Yeah.
Pues come on. And I was like, you know what? I told my wife, I'm gonna eat a taco. I'm gonna see what happens. Let me just test it out on my body.
All right.
Sure enough, que me chingo un taco. The next 2 days, I couldn't go to the restroom. It constipates me. It constipates me really, really bad, bro.
Wow.
That's the reason, because it's a low frequency food, so it's gonna sit in your gut. You know that, Steves, It's a low frequency food. You want a high frequency food? Grab an apple. You can't get any more high frequency than that. Fruits, raw vegetables, raw fruits. Those are the type of foods that we should be eating. We're supposed to be eating those type of foods. Yeah, and it weighed me down, and it beat me up for a good 2 days. And I told my wife, I'll never again even test that stuff on myself. And before that, I hadn't eaten meat in years or whatever it was,
Yeah, I remember.
My body wasn't used to it anymore.
Yeah.
So, I think it just put a knot in my gut, to be honest with you,
Damn.
Yeah, bro, for real. I drink a lot of water. I started detoxing again. I started taking my herbal detox just to clear out whatever the hell went in there, But at this point, I feel great. I'm energy all day, I don't feel like I need that heaviness in my gut, like a pan, or those type of things where I need to feel that weight. Because a lot of people eat these light foods and, nutritional foods, and they don't feel the heaviness. So a lot of people, start, backing off a little bit.
Yeah.
So people need to feel the heaviness.
That's interesting, bro, because, I agree that with the mindset that people shouldn't eat the same. Like, I feel like if that helped you, that helped you. Like, when I start having an issues when people like claim that, oh, you got to be a vegan, you got to do this, you got to do that. I feel like all our bodies are different, right? And something that people don't consider, dude, is the actual, like, the placebo effect to it. Like, I'm obviously, we're not doctors, like whoever's listening to this.
Yeah,
we're not doctors.
Neither am I. Far from one.
And I'm sure this isn't medical advice. This is just.
It isn't.
It's just for entertainment purposes and having a conversation.
Yes, sir.
So you guys do your own research, do whatever you guys need to do, and don't hold us accountable.
Yes.
But the placebo effect is very strong, dude. Like if you're eating a food that you know is bad for you, like you say your taco, you were questioning que se te iba a hacer daño. You were already putting that in your head.
Yep.
And we have to also consider that. And that's a very strong thing that people neglect is that
it's a real thing.
if you're telling yourself that this food's bad, this food I shouldn't do this, it's gonna affect you, dude. It's gonna there's a high chance that it's really gonna affect you. And the thing is that nos pasamos, way, because it's meat and I eat meat, way. I don't think that meat, there's an issue with meat because there's the specific meats that are obviously better than others, you know? But my whole thing is like, it's what you eat with it that's also like has to do with like the effects of meat. You know, like if I eat, you know, me tomo una soda con unos pinches tacos, pues ahí ya está la sugar de la soda, están los carbs de las tortillas, which, you know, carbs, I mean, in moderation, they're not going to do anything, right? I mean, I'd like to keep it under like 50 grams a day of carbs just because I don't want to spike my insulin and have my body just go all over the fucking place. Pero it's very important what you eat with that meat, you know? And I'm sure you're not trying to tell people what to eat, but people should also consider the fact that it's what you eat with the meat, or it's what you eat on the side. You think, oh, well, I'm having mashed potatoes, or oh, I'm having ensalada de macarón, or oh, es una ensalada de papa, or es una tostada.
No, es porque es ensalada. It's all good, right?
Ya porque son pinches ensaladas, ya everybody se los come.
Yeah, yo me chingo una ensalada para lonche, pero de pinche papa, güey.
Sí, güey. No.
Pura papa y mayonesa, güey.
That's what it is, basically, yeah. And mayonesa is made with olive oil and egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, I mean, that's what you're basically eating.
Yeah, that's true,
you know?
bro.
Yeah.
And then olive oil wasn't even meant to be palatable. It wasn't meant to digest when it first came out. That just kind of happened through time. But when the olive oil was initially like brought in, it was more of like a kind of essential oil kind of thing. It wasn't even meant to be consumed. But through time, you know, we did what we did. But like you're probably at the point already where you understand the connection between body and mind, correct?
Absolutely.
And how did you come up with that? What was the moment where you're like, okay, because, you know, just to like set up this question, we think that weight is the only thing, right? Oh, I want to eat healthy. Like, we neglect our brain. We neglect our state of mind.
Yep.
And where was it with you that you actually lined it up and figured out that it's all one, it's all connected?
Well, I think when I really started weaning off the meats and weaning off acid foods and processed foods, what it is that people don't realize that our gut is, they consider it the little second brain. It's a little brain. I'm sure you've heard of that.
Yeah.
It has second most nerve endings than the actual brain in the body.
There's a thing that they say, I have a gut feeling. There's something to that. It's not
there
just
is
like,
oh,
that.
shit.
it's not just like, oh, right?
No, well, what happens when you get nervous?
Yeah.
Que se te murió familiar. Where do you feel it? You feel it in your brain, you feel it in your heart, and you feel it in your gut, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna feel, whether you go back to that saying, a gut feeling. Once you clean out your gut and you detox your gut from all the crap that we have built up inside, you're gonna get a mental clarity that you cannot imagine. And I've never had that mental clarity up until now. So to me, it's on a spiritual level. So once you clean your gut, the rest of the body follows. But when the gut's jacked up, your mind is not thinking right. Por eso tenemos muchos murders, un desmadre que tenemos out there, because people are not healing themselves from within. From within is your body, your temple, your gut, your body, what you listen to, what you view on TV. Like even me, I shut the media off. I haven't watched the media news in like 4 years, bro. Completely. Not even on the phone. I ignore everything about Trump, que esto, que el otro, and politics and Democrats y toda esa onda. I don't even listen to it one bit. My mind's not made for that.
And what do you tell people that tell you, well, then you don't really care what's going on? Like, what do you say to those people that have that mentality?
My focus, and I was born and put on this world, is to heal people.
Yeah.
That's my focus. Let somebody else worry about that. To be honest with you, that's what I tell people. It isn't. I can't control, and I'm not going to sit here and try to fix every problem. So let me focus on what I can focus on, and let everybody else focus on what they have to focus on. That's how I look at it. My mission is to heal the raza, to heal the people. It don't have to be only Chicano. I'm talking about everybody in general. It even says it in the Bible. The herbs are for the healing of the nation. And I'm here to heal the nation. I'm here to awaken everybody. Whatever I got to do to make you feel better, yourself, your family member, whatever it may be, I decided one time, 3 years ago, where I said, this is going to be my job. Like 2 months ago, I quit my job working in Torres. I had a really nice job making medical instruments that detect cancer. So I was noticing how many machines we were pumping out, like left and right, bro. Like we're pumping out freaking Xboxes.
Oh, shit.
That's no BS, no BS, bro. It's the truth. So that said, what am I doing here, man? Why am I just making these machines? How come I don't do something about it?
To prevent
the disease before it gets to that step. Because once you get to that step, obviously it's a little late. Not saying you can't come back from it. You can with a lot of dedication, a lot of work. But why put yourself in that spot in the first place?
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the way I see it, bro, and I don't know if you agree with it, but I feel like we're on a plane that's crashing.
Yep.
Where we're going down, and everybody's trying to put a mask on somebody else, and they're not putting their mask on themselves first. So we're crashing. This plane's crashing.
Yeah.
But everybody's trying to take care of him.
And not themselves.
And when you go on a fucking plane, the first thing they tell you is put the mask on yourself first, because you can't help anybody else when you're fucking low on oxygen.
Of course.
And that's how I feel like we're in, dude.
And you know what? And to be honest with you, the mask that we should be putting on, or the mask that our body has, our natural mask, is our immune system.
Yeah.
Our immune system is number one. That's the number one that's going to protect you. And if your immune system ain't the way it's supposed to be, you're going to have issues down the line or now, or with any type of little virus that hits you. And that's a whole different subject for another day.
And what do you think is the biggest threat to the immune system as we are as a society right now?
Acidic food.
And what is that? And what does that fall into? What exactly is acidic food, or what do you break it down to?
Okay, the body has a pH level, right? pH level is the balance of acidity versus alkalinity. Alkaline. So your body needs to be in more of in an alkaline environment. Before all this modern society, our indigenous people lived in a world where they lived in an alkaline world. Alkaline environment. They created no trash. There was no acids.
Explain to people what alkaline is, because there's people that probably gonna say, what's he talking about?
People hear the word alkaline, they think of alkaline water.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's a whole different subject on water, okay? But alkaline is the acidity that's in your body. There's a pH scale that goes from 0 to 14. We need to be smack right in the middle at 7, 7.2, 7.4. Let's give an example. Coca-Cola. So the lower the number, from 7 on down, it's more acid. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0 is the worst. 0 is carb battery acid. And then you have more alkaline on the scale that goes up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is too much alkaline is no good for the body either. All right. Acidity, like say Coca-Cola, would be on a number 2 scale. Really, really acid. You can clean
coins.
You can clean the battery post, right?
Right. Because toilet with that shit.
Absolutely, because it's acid, right?
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that we're putting into our body. What people don't realize that we have a lymphatic system. That lymphatic system, it carries 2 things. It's either blood, which is alkaline, or lymph fluid, which is acid. 75% of that fluid in our body is acid. The reason it's acid is because it's supposed to kill off pathogens and a bunch of other stuff. Because the body produces acid naturally, the body has to remove the acid through the lymphatic system, through the lymph system, the immune system. So when the body gets to acid and you're eating all these acid foods, your body's becoming even more acidy. And then what happens is it stagnates that flow of the lymphatic system, trying to get rid of metabolic waste. So that metabolic waste gets stuck in our body, and you wonder why people end up getting cancer, or they have issues with the lymph nodes, or breast cancer, or whatever it may be, because the body's no longer flowing the way it should be flowing.
Just an imbalance, right?
An imbalance, yeah. And that has a lot to do with acid, and the acid will eat you up. Go ahead and take down a couple of Cokes and see what happens and see how you feel. Right? So you want to eat something that's more alkaline, raw fruits and vegetables. That you can't get more alkaline than that. Just to touch on the subject of water. People go on and buy these freaking alkaline water, 8 point something, 9 point something. That's an artificial alkaline water. I've been trying to school people on this for a very long time. That's an alkaline artificial water. Stop drinking that stuff. You're going to harm yourself one way or another. Not saying it's not going to hydrate you, but it will cause some type of issue eventually. A natural alkaline water, and I ain't trying to sponsor anybody, but Crystal Geyser is una agua barata. It's a natural. Because
natural fucking.
I have one here if you need it.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure people know that.
Yeah, those guys, the waters they come from an aqueduct. They come from groundwaters. They have a natural alkaline of a 7.2, and it has natural minerals in it. So you don't have to go and buy this expensive ass alkaline water for nothing. No? Yeah, Monday?
Where they added
artificially, and they added minerals and God knows what else they put into it, right? So by doing that is you want to keep your body more in an alkaline state, eating alkaline foods. Alkaline foods will consist of whatever food that God made. That is not a hybrid. That's not made from an acid base, made in a laboratory. Alkaline is a lifestyle. It isn't a diet. Like I say, you can't spell diet without D-I-E. You know, any type of diet is going to cause some type of secondary issue. All these people doing keto and vegan and all this and do that. Yeah. Hey, carnal, I'm telling you, those are just things that don't last.
Yeah.
Something that lasts is going to be something that's organic and raw and natural. You cannot beat that. That's the number one food we should be eating. I don't try to promote and change people's eating habits, but I do educate them and school them and let them know that what these things can do to your body. But you can eat whatever you want. No, you know what I mean? By all means.
Even to like a metaphor to we're talking about the pH level, because it's kind of hard to follow. But I don't know, maybe people relate to this better. If you think of it like a swimming pool,
yes,
you also have to keep it at a certain pH level.
Absolutely.
And when it goes out of its level, you start growing like mold, parasites, all kinds of crazy shit happens to your pool. Mm-hmm. And then the pool guy charges you in chingo to fucking rebalance it. That's kind of what he's talking about with the gut. Like you get out of that level and your body starts doing crazy shit.
Well, the pool guy's the doctor.
Yeah.
All right, you're paying him un chingo de feria.
And he's trying to fucking balance you out, supposedly.
Nah, he's not doing that.
No, but
absolutely,
What's happening is, like you're saying, he gives you something artificial, which like swings you in the wrong direction, and you can't balance out again, pues, because you're just going back and forth.
Yeah, you can't cure a body with an acid, with a chemical-based medication.
Something artificial,
Yeah, you're only going to cover up the symptom or cause some type of secondary issue. Mm-hmm. I try to push for people to wake up and do their own research and say, hey, you know, why is this happening? Why do I feel this way? And you know, raza, you feel a little pain. They're like, ignore it, put it to the side. You know, we got other things to do. We got to get to work. We got to make feria. We got to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. And that thing eventually catches up.
Yep.
You know, that's the problem with us. And that's the problem with a lot of people that I know, even my own gente, as they procrastinate and they're waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they should be on it. ASAP.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you know what? I mean, the thing we didn't talk about is stress. I mean, we took care of the body, and that's all good. The microbiome, the lining, that's cool.
That's great.
But if you're stressing, you're fucking running circles.
Well,
and that's where the brain comes in, right?
Yep. Stress is the biggest immune weakener. Mm-hmm. That and anger. If you're always going around stressed out, your adrenals are flared up all day, and your mind's always racing. Well, that's unnecessary stress that you're causing on your body.
Oh shit!
You know,
but people, I don't understand why people don't see it, bro.
They don't see it, man. I mean, that's where the herbs come in, man. I mean, there's an herb called. You don't mind me touching on a subject? There's an herb called ashwagandha, and I'm sure some of your listeners heard of this ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a root that comes from India, and it's an adaptogenic herb that's going to calm your nerves and calm the stress. People that have anxiety, depression, mood, like bad moods, and name it. We've been giving this tincture that we make to many people that struggle with anxiety. And they're saying every single one of them have been said that, hey, this thing really, really works. Mm-hmm. I even got to get myself on the ashwagandha. As you notice, I'm a wiry guy. Mm-hmm. Naturally, you already know that.
I know you that.
Let me pass you something, homie. Hold on.
Yeah, well, I've been as a technician installing when I used to work for a satellite company. Some dudes literally told me, hey, bro, what are you on?
Yeah.
And I stared and looked at him and said, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, bro, you smoke meth?
Shit.
What the hell? I swear
away,
you,
man.
bro. I looked at him, I said, nah, bro.
What, you want some?
I'm naturally high, bro. I told him, I'm naturally high. This is just the way my body functions, bro. I'm a wiry person.
Yeah.
So I do have to take that ashwagandha to sort of settle me down.
But you know what, bro? Like, just from, like, being around you.
Yes.
I think a lot of it also is that you have so much information.
Yes, sir.
That you need a way to, like, you need for it to come out. And this is a very lonely route, dude.
Yeah.
This is a route where you discover shit and you think, why isn't this fucking, why does it, and then you realize that most people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it makes it really lonely, dude. Because you're like, no, like you have to, And I think that also adds to like your, because I see you getting really like...
I have a passion for it, bro. And I think I get more like, maybe a little more frustrated with our people.
Yeah.
You know, all people, but mostly our gente. You know, I even got familia sometimes no hacen caso.
Yeah.
You know, and then that frustrates me too. And I'm like, okay, when are you guys going to get it?
Yeah.
You know, like we need to wake up, guys, because I'm not going to be here to rescue all of you guys later on.
Yeah.
You got to do it for yourself. I'm not going to pull you out of the grave. I mean, come on. I'm not that type of person tampoco. I mean, I don't have all the answers. I'm searching as we go. You know what I mean? And here we are. I mean, it's getting to the point where I'm already creating my own products and I'm already seeing the results. And I'm doing this. I can't make it any easier for people.
Yeah.
What else do you? I'm put it in your mouth. Spoon feed you? Am I right? I mean,
I want a smoothie for you.
En serio? You know, I mean, I can sit there and mail you smoothies all day, but come on, you gonna drink it?
Yeah.
It's like to say you can walk the horse to the well, but you can't force him to drink.
It, bro.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Pero también como dices, güey, it's not just about drinking the smoothie, güey. It's the whole
balance, the whole thing.
So you can't just drink the smoothie and say, okay, con esto es todo. Later on, voy a chelear, fucking, and all night.
Or even taking the time to sit there by yourself and focus on your own thoughts or meditate a little bit. Those type of things do a lot for the body, man, especially for the stress. People be like, the raza like meditate. Ni madres, güey. I'm not gonna meditate.
Me voy a quedar dormido.
Sí, güey. Si me quedo dormido or my mind's just racing 100 miles an hour. They don't know how to go about it. YouTube it. You can get a guided meditation through anybody on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really does help. It centers you and it brings you back down to what you should be doing.
Jose, when I called you up to pitch this,
yes,
and I remember it because I was driving up Mandeville and I had to pull over and we were talking about this and it was like it was supposed to be a 5-minute call y que duramos como unos 20 minutos.
Sí, güey. Once you get going, well, you know.
And we were
allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. It was on my break. It was on my break.
It's on my break.
Órale.
Isn't your break 15 minutes? Allegedly.
Yeah, the other 5 I was looking for the address.
Yeah. I heard a customer talking to you in the background.
Cállate, estoy en el teléfono.
So when we were talking and I was telling you like, hey, like, just to kind of get an idea of what we were doing, what we're trying to pitch right here, right? And then I'm like, look, I know that you have your herbal stuff, and you even mentioned that, like, look, I'm not trying to say that modern medicine is not, it's wrong or anything, because you're like, we still need modern medicine.
Of course we do.
And that's one thing that it's you also have to. Not that you also have to, but have you found yourself sharing this also with your customers or the people that walk up to you? Like, look, for certain things, for a broken bone, pinche,
fucking prodigiosa ain't gonna do nothing for you, or this earth ain't gonna do nothing.
You still need to go see it. Like, if you have, like you still need stitchers,
stitches.
Maybe some bolts through your fucking...
I know.
Not only that, even testing, like getting your blood tested so you can see what your levels are at.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do those type of things. So you need the medical industry for those things.
So you also, you have to have a balance with both of them,
yes,
right?
Sir.
You have to have modern medicine and traditional herbal medicine.
I will explain it like this, just like you mentioned right now. You break a bone, I mean, the herbs ain't gonna repair the bone at that moment. Mm-hmm. But what the herbs will do is help you regenerate that bone from the inside.
And that's when
that's why they come hand in hand.
Yeah,
you have to.
But you have to have taken these or been processed and taken them, right?
Yes, sir. And
because once you break it, you're not going to take it and then expect for that.
No. Your body already has to be in a good state.
Yeah.
To where your body's already, your immune system is functioning at least 80-90% of what it should be functioning to be able to heal those wounds and stuff like that.
I mean, the other thing to consider too, bro, is the majority of medication that we consider like laboratory, they're plant derived, dude. They come from plants. I mean, they use plant. I mean, that's why the Amazon is so important, dude. A lot of the shit that we use now comes from these regions, and there's still shit that hasn't even been tested. Where there's still shit that if we lose the Amazon, I mean, there's a lot of resources there that are there for a reason. There's traditions that are being lost. Like the shamans don't have a new generation to teach, like the healings, like every little thing, like the Palo Santo. The tree lives 90 years, it dies, it stays dead for 7 years, then they cut it.
Yeah.
Little things like that. It's like
Cáscara Sagrada. That's good for it's a natural laxative and there's non-habit forming. You have to let it once you get it from the tree. The
bark?
The bark of the tree, yes, the bark of the tree. You have to let it mature for at least a year before you can take it. If not, it's toxic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So those things like that, you have to know. You have to be educated and know those type of things. I don't want to be here's a stick of Cáscara Sagrada and I'm poisoning you.
So have you worked with Tepesquehuite?
No, I have not. I've heard about it. There's the specific herbs that I deal with. I'm trying to focus more on the Mexican herbs, more Mexican herbs. But I'm not too familiar with the one you mentioned.
I think the pesquehuite is a Mexican. It's the bark of a tree, and then like that one also. I don't know the process, but you break it. You break the bark. El cascarón lo haces polvo, and that works for like burns, like to regenerate the skin.
Okay.
You put it on your skin, and if you have a severe burn, and then it like se te hace costra.
And so it actually would for a cut. It's probably good for a cut where it's gonna clog up the bleeding.
Yeah, the bleeding, and not only that, but the scarring is very minimal. It literally does what it does to a tree. It protects the
skin, the inside. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
some Avengers shit.
I'm gonna look into it. Yeah. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know everything, man.
No, I know. That's
there's thousands and thousands and thousands of herbs, man. And I mean, they all have similar effects, and they all do something different. I chose these herbs because they're known to work for specific issues. And we're getting a lot of great feedback from these things.
So explain to us, what did you bring over here? What did you?
I brought quite a few things, man. A little small selection of what we have, so we're able to tell people and show people. But I mean, we have something for people that struggle with diabetes. We have a sugar control that helps them help regenerate their pancreas and wake it up, and their liver and their gallbladder. I mean, it produces more bile, so you're able to digest, and it just basically controls the balance of your sugar in the body.
Are these capsules or drops?
They are capsules.
Okay.
Yeah, we have capsules, and people know maybe two of these herbs. They know nopal. It has nopal in it.
Yeah.
Nopal, is really good for diabetics. They have the nopalina that you hear about all the time. It also has prodigiosa. That's another known for diabetics. It controls. It's a really bitter herb. You wouldn't want to drink it in the tea. That's why we make it in capsules. It's the nastiest I've ever tasted. Yeah, and then we have something like for kidney and lymph cleansing. You want to cleanse your sewer system, basically. That's where we were talking about earlier about the lymph system. That's good for that. Clean out all that stuff, and also for the kidneys, adrenals. That's really good for in general detoxing and cleansing the body. We also have, I believe, a sexual health, man. For those people that wanna, there we go. For those people that wanna, spike it up a little bit, it definitely will help.
For male or female or both?
Both male and female.
It wakens up the.
Yeah. We put a little bit of the damiana in it, and that's known for a lot of females use that for ladies that can't get moist. All right, erectile dysfunction for men as well. Ginkgo leaf is really, really good. I'm sure you heard that over the years. Ginkgo biloba is really good for the male enhancement and females as well. And then, of course, the most popular maca root. Maca root, if you guys heard of maca root, you're going to start seeing more athletes take it. And not for that part, but for the it's like the new protein shake. People that are athletes, that do high endurance, that need more energy, natural energy. A lot of people are using maca root, and it's really good for men that struggle with erectile dysfunction.
And that's in the sexual health.
The sexual health,
product
ingredients. Yes,
ingredients. Okay.
And that one's known like natural Viagra. And you don't take it and you're gonna get it right away.
No, but it takes time.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It takes a couple of weeks.
Everything does, right?
It
bro?
does. Yeah. Everything takes time.
What's your biggest seller that you get? Like, people?
Bro. I mean, I guess my biggest seller I focus a lot on minerals. A lot of minerals. Minerals is a big part of the body. People focus on like vitamin A and B and C and this and that. Like Dr. Sebi said, I'm a big follower of Dr. Sebi. He said the body is not made up of any alphabetical order. The body is made up of minerals, period. If you're missing iron, what are you? Anemic. You're missing calcium, you're going to have osteoporosis, weak bones. Whatever mineral you're missing is going to cause some disease or another. So we're basically walking around mineral deficient. And minerals are a big part. So my biggest seller right here is going to be 102 mineral capsules that we have. The body is made up of 102 minerals. For those of you that don't know what they are, I mean, there's a whole tons of them. You can Google it and you can find all the minerals in the station.
102, yeah.
102 of them.
That's a lot of minerals.
Yeah, so there's a thing that's going around right now in the nation, and more people are starting to hear about it. They call it sea moss. Sea moss is known as algae. It's a marine algae that grows on the coastline or grows in the water, the ocean water. That sea moss, I want to strain something out right now because people are confused about this. And, and it sounds confusing because of the simple fact that there's a word called sea moss and there's another one called Irish moss. Irish moss is the one that's the one that contains the minerals. there's a sea moss out there, and then you guys can Google it yourself. It looks similar to it, but it's, it has this quite differences. It's more of a warm water species, and then you have a cold water species, which is the Irish moss. Irish moss is known as Chondrus crispus. That's the one that has 92 minerals out of the 102 minerals. It's considered a superfood. There isn't many foods out there or vegetables, whatever it is, that contains that high concentration of minerals. The reason why, because it grows on rocks and it absorbs those minerals through the rock. That's called iontroporosis. That basically is converting a rock mineral into a liquid mineral, which we are able to eat and our body is able to process and assimilate. Sea moss is now, at one point it used to grow wild, and it still does in different areas like the Caribbean, Jamaica, St. Lucia, those type of places, because they're warm water. They're clean waters. I'm not saying they're dirty. They're clean waters. But since the American public, and not only the American public, throughout the world are starting to suck up all this sea moss, they're starting to farm it because they cannot produce it wild. They cannot produce wild fast enough for the people to consume it. So you're getting a lot of people, areas like China, Vietnam, Philippines, even some parts of the Caribbean and stuff like that. What they do is they put these ropes in shallow water. They put a bunch of ropes, and they get this sea moss, and it's called gracilaria. That's the scientific name. Gracilaria is the one that you don't want to buy. That's the farm one. They attach it to these ropes, and then the sea moss is going to grow, but it's not picking up any of the nutritional value because it's attached to a rope. There is no nutritional value on that. It might get something from the sea, but it's not going to pick up what it's supposed to pick up. The Irish moss, on the other hand, that one grows in cold water in Ireland, Canada, South America, really, really cold water towards Peru area. That's where I import my Irish moss from. It's wildcrafted, no heavy metals, no pollutants, no pesticides. They make sure they're not stripping the environment. These are farmers that are pushing this seaweeds or algae to like Japan or Asian countries. They consume a lot of it. The benefit to this is that these minerals are very beneficial to the body, obviously. But people are confused right now from sea moss to Irish moss. So you want to know the truth, Google Irish moss, Chondrus crispus, and it's going to tell you that's the one that contains 92 minerals out of the 102 minerals. Well, we actually get that actual plant. I grind it down into a powder and encapsulate it. So it's not like I'm getting it from somebody else and then buy the powder and then put it in my own capsules and put my own bottle and there you go. No, we're actually getting the actual sea moss. I got a big old machine, and the machine turns everything to a powder. No matter, you can put rocks in that thing, it's going to turn it to powder.
Oh, shit.
No, seriously.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
You saw that? No, seriously.
Yeah, seriously, bro. That thing...
it's good to know.
No le metas el pinche dedo, güey, porque te lo tumba, güey, and you probably be putting it in a capsule somewhere,
Got some bodies to send over.
Yeah, we got a few... There's a few beefs going around.
Hey,
might end up in some capsules.
Hey, te lo traes en pedacitos because, that's the only way it's going to go in. I don't do the chopping. Yeah, so basically that capsule, the 102 minerals, we have another algae in there. It's called bladderwrack. So we put Irish moss in there, which is Chondrus crispus. We put bladderwrack, which is another sea plant, another marine algae, which is very beneficial. It's really good for the eyes, good for the gut. It's a natural diuretic, so it's going to make your body flush out toxins. And then we also have burdock root. Burdock roots, they call it bardana in Spanish or something like that. That's a plant that grows, and they actually get the actual root. We turn it into a powder, and then we encapsulate all this formula. That's our number one seller. That burdock root is really good for purifying the blood, giving you iron, and it's good for blood circulation and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's our number one seller. That one and our herbal detox. Our herbal detox is going to get out mucus out of your gut. It's going to reduce inflammation. It's going to help you shed a couple of pounds. If you have parasites, it's good for parasites. It stimulates your colon in a natural way. Your body's not going to become accustomed to it to where you need it all the time. Mm-hmm. It's a 21-day cleanse. I try to recommend 2-3 bottles depending on how bad your gut is. But it is going to empty out your gut in a good way. Especially those people that eat a lot of carne, processed foods, and they haven't done a detox. Think about detox like when you do an oil change on your vehicle. You do it every 3 months. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the herbal detox. You should be detoxing, cleansing out your gut every so often, especially if you're a meat eater. By doing that, it's going to definitely benefit you and put you on another level. Shit. So the herbal detox is the detoxer that gets everything out, gets out all the crap, And the 102 minerals is the nourisher. That's the one that's going to put in all the good stuff, all the minerals and everything else.
You just reminded me of our Peruvian ex-cohort.
El Walter. Yeah, I was thinking about Walter.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting him that because he does have every time.
Yeah, Pachas.
Yeah, he needs to get cleaned out.
Just, I'll send him a message. I'll send him something,
I'll talk to him. And shit.
Well, I mean, let him know that the Irish moss is from his country.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. He's gonna
Ramon right away wants to be middleman. No.
I got it.
I got him.
I'll talk to him.
I'm at a few dollars to your product.
Pachas is great, man. I talk to him here and there, man. He's a cool dude, man. Yeah.
And then so you also have I noticed that you brought us some sage, and then you have us some bottled sea moss flavored too.
Yes,
so how does that
flavors.
work?
That was trippy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll start with the flavored gel. Yeah. So what a lot of people are starting to get into now is a sea moss gel. We call it sea moss gel for marketing because people know the word sea moss, and more people are starting to wake up to the word Irish moss. But it actually has Irish moss in it. That gel is what happens when you boil or you process the Irish moss. It becomes very jelly, and that jelly, that liquid, we put it into jars and we put them in the freezer or in the fridge, and they turn to a gel. You're going to get that and use it as an ingredient for a smoothie, for a tea, for a meal. If you got pancake batter, you could throw a couple of cucharadas in there, mix it with your pancakes. When you're eating your pancakes, you're getting all your minerals.
Oh, shit.
You know? Yeah. So, I mean, you can do it. You can use it in many different ways. A lot of people just like taking the capsule, call it a day. But, you know, for the person that makes a smoothie and they don't mind, you know, prepping their own, you know, green juice or whatever it may be, that's the way to go. The gel is more of a light plant. Yes, sir. That would do 3 minimum a day. It's going to provide your daily value of minerals, of all the minerals that you need. It's really good for calming the appetite. It helps the digestive system. People are losing weight left and right with that thing. It helped me. I lost about 20 pounds just with sea moss, believe it or not. Estaba más gordito. I don't know if you remember. I think maybe más llenito. Así.
Estaba más, yeah.
Sí, estaba más llenito. Está más flaco now, pero I mean, I'd rather be flaco and healthy than you know, be more buffer and full of protein meats and stuff like that. You know, that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the gels are really cool. We have it in like the regular 102 mineral, which is just the sea plant. If you taste it, it's gonna taste like a plant, a bland plant. You know, not everybody likes it, but not everybody minds it. To be honest with you, we do have the horchata, which is pretty popular. That one you can even mix that into your coffee. I don't recommend coffee, but if you want to mix it into your coffee or a tea, people do that as well. The Jamaica. We also have tamarindo. Well, I notice people, they'll buy themselves a Jamaica tea and then they'll get the Jamaica gel and they put it inside and they mix it up. And it tastes really good. Those you can eat straight from the spoon, man. Those things are really, really good. It has all the natural organic stuff. Even the tamarindo's all natural and organic. We do that because obviously I'm Chicano, you know, I want to represent our people, and you can't get any more representing our people than agua frescas, right? So now agua fresca with sea moss gel that comes from Peru. So I mean, I guess we're Latino all the way now.
Yeah, right? You can't say it's root beer flavor. No.
Nah, and it's all alkaline, man. It's pinche modelo flavor, esa sí me la tomo.
Dame la michelada sea moss, güey.
Hey, con pinche con mangoneada in it, right? It defeats the purpose.
Hey, all natural.
Yeah, alkaline with a little acid on the side.
Hey, bro, but yeah, fuera aquí. Let's say I showed up. You're right here. It's your stand, and I come up to you and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm having problems with anxiety, depression. I feel overweight. I'm sluggish. What would you recommend for me to start with for the first time?
First, I would ask you, what's up with your diet? What are you eating? I need to know about you. I don't want to just give you something and not know anything about you.
So I'm hypothetically, I'm the standard American diet.
Oh man, that's the worst diet in the book, bro. Standard American diet is the one that's killing us all.
That's what most people are on.
Most people are on that American standard diet, and that American standard diet is only going to take you to the grave quicker.
So where do you go from there?
I would definitely talk to a person, just fill them out a little bit, just like even maybe Ramon knows a little bit about when you go to a customer's home, you got to fill them out a little bit, ask a few questions and, trying to understand them a little bit. So I'll do something like that, talk to them and, introduce if they know anything about sea moss, let them know about the minerals that the body contains. Or I'll start talking about an alkaline lifestyle, say, hey, what kind of alkaline foods do you eat, or do you know anything about alkaline? And I break it down just the way I broke it down to you guys a little bit. But most people, like for somebody that's struggling with anxiety, I'm going to maybe focus on their gut a little bit because anxiety comes from the gut. And on top of that, if you want to do away with the symptoms of anxiety, like when you start getting those weird feelings, then I would give you ashwagandha for that. So then I'll help you out for the now, which is ashwagandha, and then I'll help out your gut for the long term and trying to get a good base on your gut. Because once you start working on your gut, most of the time those issues go away unless you have something worse, you know.
So
mental.
Would you recommend to do a cleanse first to start off fresh?
Yes,
because a lot of people don't focus on that. No. They start right away adding.
And you hit the nail on the head, bro. And this is me. I had this conversation plenty of times that people worry about what they're putting in. Okay, I'm putting this and I'm putting that and vitamin this and that type of this or whatever it may be. But they never talk about what they're getting out, you know, and that's why we focus on these herbal detox. And you're right on point. That's what I would recommend, to tell somebody, hey, you know, flush this out first. Get this out of your system, and then we can start nourishing you with the good stuff. You know, at the same time, we do the balance of the 102 minerals in the herbal detox, and that sort of helps them balance it all out. And they can take them together, so it's not going to hurt anybody. You take it with food. That's when your body's digesting. And then eventually you start noticing your body feeling a little bit better, a little cleaner. You feel lighter on your feet. You're not holding that. You're not feeling bloated when you eat.
It's kind of like the oil change reference you did right now. You know, you can't put new oil on the old one. You got to flush out the old and then
put el filtro.
Yeah.
Cambiar el filtro.
Cambiar el filtro.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying earlier, where it's that most people are trying to save the world, help other people, and they're not changing their oil.
They're not
ready for that fucking trip.
No, they're not, bro. And believe it or not, it takes work.
It's another t-shirt right there.
It takes work, dude. You know, not everybody's gonna put in the work to do it. We procrastinate, and that's what I'm trying to shake people up and say, okay, maybe this can make it a little easier for them. You know, and point them in the right direction. I mean, just in general, a person, if they want to clean their gut, I mean, where are you going to go research? What are you going to do? Go on Google and say gut cleaner or something like that, right? You're going to find tons of gut cleaners, tons of detoxes. You can find them all day, liquid this and liquid that and all kinds of pills. But then you also got to be careful and you got to know what you're putting into your body. Just because it says organic doesn't mean it is. You know, you want to go with something that's more plant-based. The herbs that we deal with, we make sure they're non-GMO. You know, no heavy metals in it. They're tested from these suppliers that we get them from. I don't grow it in my backyard. I wish I could. We live in this concrete jungle, to say, right? Urban area, you know? So basically, you only have your yard to grow a few things, you know? Which my mom's house is that yard. She has tons of herbs and stuff like that, plants and flowers and a whole bunch of stuff. But the normal person doesn't have those things. They might have a fruit tree in their backyard or una plantita de chiles or something like that. You know, that's about it. You know,
essentials, bro.
Essentials, bro.
Priority, bro.
Sábila, nopal, chile, limones.
Y la hierba buena que no falte.
Y el árbol del vecino del aguacate cae también acá.
Well, sí, hasta los figs.
I already jacked my neighbors.
Yeah, that's for sure, bro.
But I like that the fucking, when he give you the example, he didn't straight go to, well, I would give you this. No, well, what are you eating, bro?
Absolutely. Like
he's not just trying to push the hey, take this.
I like to learn about the person, man. I even not really at the Swami, bro. You should see how many messages I get. Emails, through social media, through Instagram, bro.
I see them.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like even on the comments, but I'm talking about DMs, direct messages. I'm sitting there like on the toilet answering them sometimes, bro, because I don't have the time to sit there while I'm making herbs and this and that. So, you know, my wife helps out a lot. Thank God for her, man. She's a blessing in disguise. That's my mija. Shout out to her, Janice. I love you very much. I love you. She's a great support. You know, and she's always been there. She's my right wing when it comes down to the business and obviously the life, you know. But she does a lot for us, man. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be doing half the stuff that I do now. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here because she had to take care of my daughter and be at home. She's backing up the business there, working on products right now as we talk. Pero she's the big support, man, and I do want to acknowledge her and say, you know, thank you for everything.
That's awesome,
man. That's awesome.
Yeah, for
man.
sure. Thank you.
So,
Pero bueno, entonces, Jose, before we cut this off, where can the raza go see you? Where can they meet you? Where can they follow you? Where can they get your products or see you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as far as they want to know or read more about our products, then you would have to visit our website. That's aztlanherbalremedies.com. That's AZTLAN herbalremedies.com. You go there, you can just Google it. Just Google Aztlan Herbal Remedies. I'll probably be the only one popping up, to be honest with you. That way we have a large description on our items, and then we break it down, try to make it understandable so that people know where to go, you know? So we sort of try to make it easy. And most people say, hey, you know, you got to have a very good website the way it's set up. One or two people like, hey, where do I find this at? Or where do I find that? Oh, go here and go there. Or I just, shoot them the link or whatever it may be. Yeah. But either online, social media, we're big on Instagram. We're growing by the day. And I noticed that, we're starting to pick up speed now. Aztlan Herbal Remedies. You can check us out there. We have a Facebook page, a business one. We don't really do too much on that. Facebook's sort of dying out a little bit. But I do run a Facebook group, Aztlan Herbal Remedies. You guys can join that. We have about 1,000 people or whatever it may be. I throw information out there, and it's like a small community of people that have the like-minded of herbs and stuff like that. Sure. People that want to heal and stuff like that. And if you want to meet us in person, then you can go to the Santa Fe Spring Swami, La Mirada. It used to be called La Mirada Swami before. It's now Santa Fe Spring Swami. They're still doing the whole COVID thing. People are still wearing their masks, but a lot of razas coming there. We have a space there, C14. The problem is that there's a C14X on the next lane over. We didn't know this. So then you got these chinitos selling shoes, and people are going over there. Hey, where's the herbs? And like, what herbs?
They're like, that's not the code. Eh?
Yeah. Right. And so they go over there and hey, what's up with the herbs? And I guess they didn't know. So I went up to those people and I said, hey, you guys mind, telling them that we're around the corner right here? Sure, no problem. So now when people go there, C14 by mistake, the people send them over there down the road. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just right around the corner, literally one lane over. But C14. We have everything on display there. You'll find me, you'll find my wife there, and you'll find my daughter Jasmine. Once in a while, we'll have family.
What are the days that you guys are there?
Right now, I should be there right now, but I made time for Chicano Shuffle. This was gonna be my first Saturday. I hadn't been there Saturdays because it's really slow right now, and the weather was really hot. People weren't coming out, but now people are starting to come out. Even the neighbors there are telling me, hey, Saturdays are starting to pick up. So this upcoming weekend, we're going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from now on. We're going to be available to everybody. We're going to try to be there the 3 days as much as possible because I know a lot of people, hey, when are you going to be around? Where are you going to get our product? Where can we meet you at? So we used to do curbside pickup in the very beginning, but I don't know who's coming over to my house, So that's why we opened up the Santa Fe Spring Swami so people can be there and meet us there.
Fridays, is it evenings or?
Friday evenings, yes. It goes from 4 in the evening to 11. So you got plenty of time to come home, change your clothes, shower, and if you're even going to do that. And head on over there, grab yourself a beer. I'm not pushing beer or nothing, but they sell beer there. You can grab a beer, and people walk in there with their beer, buy nerves.
Watch the bands, the cover bands.
Yeah, right now the bands are down because with the whole COVID. But once they come back, I think it's gonna get really packed. People are waiting for it.
And what if I don't live here, bro? Can I order it on your website?
Yes, you can order online, and we ship everywhere. We even ship international now, little by little. We're starting to ship international. We got people from Australia ordering, from Canada, from New Zealand. I mean, even Holland. Somebody ordered from Holland, I believe. Oh, sure. Africa, we couldn't get it to them though. We couldn't do it.
Is it like when you order? Like, are they like Latino names or they're like?
Okay, this is what I did notice with my wife in the very beginning. A lot of African Americans were buying our products. Like, as they see Mexican herbs and they're like, oh, Mexican herbs, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the plug right here.
So, and I would tell my wife, I'm like, man, what's up, man? What's the raza? How come the raza? You would get a little sprinkle here and there, a little brown sprinkle here and there.
Yeah.
But as time went on and the COVID started picking up speed, like in March and April and May, I seen a switch, man. Like the raza just started. I started seeing Gonzalez's and Rodriguez's and Torres's and name it, bro. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. In the beginning, I think it was more 70%. African American, maybe some güeritos here and there, and raza here and there. And now I think it's more like 50-50.
Nice,
to be honest with you, bro. Yeah, more and more. Bro. Especially in person. I mean, the majority of people that see us on Instagram is Chicanos coming through, man.
Nice,
raza, Latinos, Mexicanos, South Americans, name it. They're coming through.
Yeah, like you're saying, like the African Americans, como they're a little ahead of the curve.
They are. They're ahead. They're ahead, bro. And I give them props, bro. These guys know what they're talking about. You got a lot of people, starting the Herbal Remedies company. I seen like very years ago when a few companies were barely starting off. I mean, now you see them now. They have a big shop and 200,000 followers, and damn, like whoa, some dude has like 800 and something thousand followers. Shit. But he's been doing it for like 3 or 4 years. He was talking about
that's not long either.
That's not long either. I've been doing it actually. Instagram, we've been pushing more on Instagram about a year now. Shit. And then we went from 300 followers to we're up to 8,000 now, which is really good, bro. And this is within that 1 year. And I see we're jumping at least 200-300 people, 2-3 days, 4 days.
Chicano shuffles at half of that, dude. And we've been for 3 years.
Well, I mean, people. I mean, I guess we got something to offer them as far as health wise. You know, I mean, you guys help the mind, the soul.
We don't push it.
We don't push your way. No le echamos ganas, to be honest.
Hey, I'm on here, so you guys are pushing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pero bueno, Jose, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Of course.
Thank you for coming down. Thank you for showing the products. And I know we didn't get to the sages that you provide.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anybody knows sage, you know what I mean? We do offer that as well. It's a spiritual cleansing. Yeah. Not only the mind,
environment
not the body.
Cleansing.
Absolutely, man. I want to take the time to thank you guys, man. You guys keep doing what you guys are doing, man. I'm proud. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
I mean, because I know you guys are helping out the raza. You're helping out the Chicanos. You guys are educating people and, waking them up. And bringing me on this show, that means a lot to me, man. It tells me that people are starting to wake up. People are starting to listen. And I appreciate Chicano Shuffle for everything you guys are offering here, man. Thank you for giving me this platform.
I've been wanting to bring you on for a while, but it's
man,
just...
Thank you.
It's just like, it's... It was a timely time right now. It was perfect timing right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're missing on a bunch of stuff that we need to touch base on. Maybe in the future, let me know, man. I would love to come back. I would love to come back out here.
We'll do a whole episode,
get more in depth and stuff like that. Maybe me and Steps right here can talk more about the mind.
Yeah. I'm sure that when we put this episode out and everything, a lot of the listeners or viewers, they're gonna get more interested, and we're gonna get the call for like, hey,
that's
we
cool.
need to bring them back.
I'm here.
We'll work something out.
You let me know. Ring my phone. I'm available all the time, man. And then, whatever else I can do for you guys, by all means. I did bring a little sample, and I'm throwing it out in the air, so you guys don't keep it.
Oh yeah,
I brought something for that. I brought something for your viewers if they want to give something away.
When we put the episode out, we'll do the like a raffle.
Yeah, that'll work, man. Yeah, for sure, man.
Giveaway.
Yeah, we do giveaways all the time.
Get us in trouble with the feds, bro.
I know. A giveaway.
A giveaway. Yeah, do a giveaway for sure. We do giveaways as well.
Yeah. So with that, just want to say any last comments?
Yeah, man. I just want to tell our people out there, man, you got to get with it, guys. You got to get with it because it's not nobody's going to come and rescue you. You got to do it for yourself, especially for your own people, for your own familia, for your jefitos that are maybe struggling with this and that. You got to look out for them. You got to set the example. And we're at that age now, we're at the time now in our life that we need to do something about it. Quit playing games, man. Yeah.
Nice, bro.
All right.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, pues, gracias,
bro.
Right. Don't forget to check them out. Aztlan Herbal Remedies.
Peace.
Gracias. Peace out, guys.
Órale.
Bye. Al ratos with that,